answer a question that I myself wonder for a very long time. Is triple rogue worth it? Because it looks so good on paper and very interesting. So instead of doing anything useful, I spend the last 100 energy to make a new rogue. They are all on violent rune. Number 1, attack, good damage, and attack. And I try to get them as much accuracy as possible so that they can defense break in dungeon reliably. Second one is on violent broken, speed, good damage, and attack. And the third one is on violent broken, speed, good damage, and attack. Trying to get the skill 1 accuracy in your artifacts is really important. Also, I'm trying to hit 100,000 subscribers at the end of the year, so you can help me out by subscribing. I know a lot of you guys watch without subscribing. Please, if you can, consider. Hey, really appreciate it. The most obvious dungeon for the triple rogue team will be the Necropolis B12. I'm using Lauren for the slow and the defense break. She's moving first, and I like it that way because she can defense break the first target so that your triple rogue will kill the first thing immediately and get that snowball rolling. You don't have to be this fast. You only need like 100 bonus speed, and you don't need to be on violent as well. This is way overkilling. She's only there for one thing: defense break and slow debuff. The other dog I'll be using will be Crow, who's on broken set, speed, good damage, and attack, nothing too crazy. Why double wheel? He was actually on triple wheel for other purpose, but double wheel can work as well, or no wheel, doesn't really matter. Team up and multi-hit is the one thing that can dominate this dungeon, and this is probably the most free-to-play team that everybody can build. Free-to-play speed team too, because it's not that slow. Lucian is definitely very good for this dungeon to clear out the trash wave immediately, but Lucian AI nowadays still not so good. You can also build the light Griffin Shaman to replace Crow for big damage on the boss. That unit can easily do 100,000 damage on the boss, but that unit is not free to play, so Crow is still super popular as an option for the big damage at the end. So my Lauren move, if she violent proc, super easy. Defense break going in, bada bing, bada boom. Oh, Crow use team up. But if you can use branding, I think it's not too bad. So it's pretty easy to take out the boss with this much team up, and Lauren being there to provide the multi-hit. Oh, we didn't take Lauren at all. Okay, we got Lauren, and easily done. So this is the best dungeon for a triple rogue team. I wouldn't say this is like insanely fast, but it's pretty good. And if you want to spam your energy in Necro B10 for that rage will, whatever, and you don't want to build twins, or you don't have twins for whatever reason, and you want to push your front out of the team, you want to push the support out of the team, then this is not a bad option. You can replace Crow with anything of your choice. Anything that do a lot of damage can replace Crow pretty much, because he's not the most important thing in this dungeon, but the triple rogue is there to bring the multi-hit, to bring the defense break, to bring the damage, and rogue clear trash wave really quickly. As you can see right here, if you bring in a Lucian, it's gonna end immediately, but I would say that was not too shabby. And in the boss stage, having triple rogue is just the most consistent thing ever. If you bring Shaman could have killed the boss right there if the bird decided to use skill 2, and you can cut probably 5 to 10 seconds in the boss stage to keep your run under 1 minute very easily. But it's not too bad. So triple rogue in Necro B12 is 5-star. Next up, we have the Punisher Crypt. Of course, you might need a dark tank in this dungeon, but I'm just forcing triple rogue in to see if it's gonna be any fun. You can replace my boy Homunculus with pretty much anything, to be honest. Anything that puts slow debuff and continuous damage is the best. And if you put those two categories together in the monster finder, in the monster collection, the best option to pop up will be the light Rakshasa Pang or the wind Rakshasa Yin. They're okay, but I just have this guy ready, so I really want to use him. So with triple rogue, nobody took the Homunculus. I can't believe it. The whole point of this guy is he has a very strong skill 1 with 3 to 4 dots. And nobody took him. These stupid dogs.
Stupid dog!
Stupid dogs, dude. But it's not too bad. And as you can see right here, I have a 50-second run. It usually goes between 50 to a minute and 10, depending on how lucky I am with the doggo taking the homunculus and applying continuous damage. You can also use Pang. I think a max skill Pang is going to be pretty good. I have a Pang, the Light Rakshasa. She's not max skill, so she doesn't apply the slow debuff very consistently, which means most of the time she doesn't really do anything important. That's why I don't really like to use her in my team just yet until maybe I max her skill. Then I can release my homunculus to do something else instead of being here to apply dots that these doggo need to remember that this boy is in the team. Yes, right there. You see that? Take the homunculus and give him some chance to do some real damage, please. Excuse me. I guess when you have the slow debuff and the branding, it's okay as well. But if you don't have a dark unit in the team, then the boss can absorb attack bar and focus on a random unit. It might be a little bit risky, but it might be okay as well. I really enjoy my triple rock though. It looks so fun with all the team up just going back to back to back. Ooh. Oh, defense. Not really my thing. Next, we have the Steel Fortress. I'm using Zing to move first in the team. If he's smart, he's gonna apply the buff block immediately. Comters channel say he's the most reliable, so I'm using him. But honestly, you can also use the other thing, the Dark Witch, because as you can see right here, he's doing his job. But I still put multiple wheel set on the Dark Living Armor, just in case he forgot that he has that skill. Okay, can you team up with the Dark Living Armor thing so that he can get some cooldown reduction? Okay, I think he has it ready. Good. So Rogue will allow him to get that skill back quickly before the last boss, so that he can apply the block buff immediately when it's his turn. But if we are not that lucky, I also have him on multiple wheel set so that he won't get stunned for 2 turns, which is ridiculous in this dungeon. Not a bad run as well, I would say. Pretty decent speed run. If you have multiple wheel rune on your roll, hey, it's not too shabby as well, but I think that is a little bit too much commitment. And if you have multiple wheel rune on your rogues, then they won't be that useful in other dungeons. As you can see right there, Zing just used skill 2, so using him alone might not be the best thing. He used skill 2 again when he should have used skill 3. That is a little bit annoying, but that is not bad in this context where you need to clear trash wave quickly. So Zing using skill 2 is not bad. Oh no, the rogue took Zing only 1 time, so he doesn't have it yet. So we might have to wait for that. Okay, we got a slow debuff going. That's pretty good. So we need him to not get stunned. Okay, he avoided the stun right there. That's the point of the triple wheel set on him right now. The thing about Zing is he doesn't need to be runed really well, because after trying quick damage build, I realized he doesn't do any damage, so it doesn't really matter. If you go like some crazy defense, good damage defense kind of thing, he doesn't really do any damage. I'm just here for him to do the thing, do the block buff thing. If he does it and it lands, perfect, I'm good. And that's all I care about. So I run speed, HP, defense, whatever thing that give him enough speed to move first and have 25 accuracy so that he can land the thing. The boss in these dungeons, the new dungeon, have very low resistance. So with low accuracy, you'll be just fine. You don't have to go max accuracy, okay? Once again, the new boss has very low resistance. You only need around 25 accuracy. Lastly, Dragon's B12. And unfortunately, I haven't cracked the code for Dragon's B12 just yet. I'm using Kali as a buffer and damage dealer for the dungeon, but it's really hard. First, you need 65 minimum accuracy for all the roll so that they can land the defense break consistently. The boss has, I think, 80 resistance, That is a lot of resistance on the boss. So getting the rogue with no accuracy awakening to the 65 accuracy point when you still need to have crit rate, good damage, and all the other good thing is not easy at all. And it's really hard. Also, the rogue only have 70% chance to defense break in their default attack. If you can skill them up, they have 80%, which is cool, but you can't just skill up 3 different rogue, right? So you have to deal with the low defense break chance as well. I tried this team in Dragon's B10. I get a 35-second run very easily. But here, the boss is just crazy tanky that you need pretty good RNG to win this guy. So I would say if I use this team, it will have around 80% success rate. And that is even worse than my Spectra team. And I don't want to do that. But it's pretty fun to look at for sure. I've tried so many different options, okay? I've tried Homunculus, I've tried Megan, I've tried to use Yaku for continuous damage, and none of them are better than one on the other. To make this thing safer, I have to go and hit the crystal before I hit the mid boss, because it's very hard to kill that Zyros. It's really tanky, and I just have to go and hit the crystal first, or else this thing will fail probably half the time, because once you get the defense break going from the crystal, you're pretty done for. The Zyros can easily one-shot any of your unit unless you build them purposely tanky. But nobody want to do that, right? You want to kill the dungeon as fast as possible. So that will add another like 10 seconds in your team, and going into the final boss, is a big challenge. I have tried everything. I've tried Megan, I've tried Homunculus, I've tried another water damage dealer, I've tried Dot's unit. Nothing is quite consistent enough to kill this thing. If I buff turn 1 and get some decent violent proc on my rogue to get some extra team up in, or at least, you know, some extra proc with the vert, then maybe. But other than that, it's really hard to kill this thing. Even with Kali doing 42,000 damage until I'm dying. God damn it. Come on! It's really hard.